Welcome everyone to the latest edition of ARK Podcast. I'm your host, Abdullah M. Rafi, Research Uptake and Communication Manager at ARK. Joining me today is Mr. Badruddin Saify, Research Associate of ARK Foundation. One of his key roles, and perhaps most exciting, is being an innovation fund holder under the Chorus project. So Saify, welcome to our podcast. It's really great to have you here.
Hello, everyone, and hello, the host, our very dear communication manager at our foundation, Rafi. Thank you so much for inviting me to join today's podcast. I'm really excited to be here today.
And we are really excited to have you here as well, Saify. So without any further ado, let's jump to the first question. What inspired you to apply for the Innovation Fund under Chorus, Saify?
Okay, though the question seems really, one-liner, and the audience might expect that I would give answer into as an one-liner uh, answer, but I think it needs more iteration and more description from the background where I came from and the history that I have been with our foundation. So basically, I completed my graduation and post-graduation in health economics from University of Dhaka. Uh, so University of Dhaka is the only institution in this whole country who offers uh, undergraduate program and the graduation program in health economics. And health economics as a subject is not much popular in our country, but it's gaining popularity, that I must say. And the reason behind is that health is a very key indicator to the development of us, to the development of the country. And we cannot set aside the economics and the health aspect completely. Rather, we need to pull them together. With that keep in mind, I started my journey as a researcher in ARK Foundation back in 2022. So I was a very beginner at that point. I was a novice researcher, and my only interest lies into learning more and more about research, especially getting hands-on experience in different dimensions of research, in qualitative research, in quantitative research, and on top of that, how to build a very good portfolio for me. Then I started learning about what can an early mid-career researchers do to build their portfolio. The one answer that I came across was that I need to learn how to uh, build a project proposal, a research proposal, and how to bid and how to get funding from different sources. But the fear that I always had in my mind is that I am a novice researcher, I'm an early career researcher. Who would fund me, right? Who would provide fund to my very childish concept or very childish innovation uh, aspect of any research? Then one day, our executive director, Professor Rumana Haq, and I was talking about how the urban healthcare sector was evolving in Bangladesh for the last decade. What was there and where are we and in which way we are going to. Then I came to know that Professor Rumana Haq and her team back in during the COVID, they did a very interesting research on tracking the funding flow of the health ministry. And then she was sharing an idea, a very cool idea. Maybe, Safi, we could do something similar like that for the urban area. And if you're interested, maybe you can lead the project in a very small scale and you can further refine this idea and make it into a fantastic uh, proposal. I took the challenge and then I started working on that. So at the so I vividly remember that I applied to the round one of Innovation Fund under the Chorus program back in, I think it was the late of 2022. So I submitted my very first proposal in my whole career to that Innovation Fund project and program. And of course, very obviously, I got rejected. But that journey, this whole journey, was very crucial for me because I came to understand which were my weakness, how to best prepare a proposal, project proposal, how to best, design, format a complete study proposal from the very beginning to the end. The comments and suggestions that I received from the reviewer was very crucial for me and very interesting for me. And I got to learn a lot of things from the reviewers. So though my study proposal was rejected at the first place and at the first round, but it showed me the light, it showed me the path of how can I become a very good researcher, become a very good proposal or a study proposal writer. So that's a very good learning for me. And then by taking those learning into account, I prepared again and I applied again to the Innovation Fund Round 2. And fortunately this time, my proposal got accepted with some very minor revisions. I was so excited because that was the first time one of my own written proposal got accepted and it was get funded, and I can now be a principal investigator of a project. So the key idea of our study is to track as I mentioned before, to track the funding flow of the urban healthcare in Dhaka North City Corporation. So that's my inspiration, that's my journey to apply to the Innovation Fund project under the CORES program.
That's such an inspiring story, Saify. And thank you for sharing that. Now, can you share one key learning or skill you've gained through this experience? I know there are a lot, but if I tell you to pick one, which one would you choose?
Perseverance. I would say perseverance is the one word with what I would describe my experience, because I failed once, but I didn't lose hope. Yeah. I keep continuing developing my study proposal, and it provided me with the experience that though an idea, irrespective of it is half-baked or not, we should continue making it perfect and applying it into different funding stream until it is get funded. Because if an idea, if it is good, if it can contribute to the development of society, it will get funded at one point or another. So that's a very good experience for me and learning for myself.
Thank you, Saify. Now let's move on to the next question. Has this project changed the way you think about doing research? As you said, you didn't get the funding the first time, but then you did the next. So walk us through your thought process.
So at first, I talked about my educational background, and being a Bangladeshi public university graduate, we often lacked with a number of field experience. So we were taught with loads of theories and loads of theoretical modules and everything. What we lack due to number of constraints is that practical experience, that what we lacked. So through this Innovation Fund program, I came to see an idea being implemented in the field in actual reality, and it gives me the idea of implementing a project and research into field, and how can an idea become into a shape and that can be transformed into something greater than what was we envisioned before.
Brilliant, Saify. Honestly, talking to you feels so cathartic for me, especially working in the research industry. Yeah, so tell me, what's one challenge you faced and what did it teach you?
So I am involved in 3 Innovation Fund projects currently, and I am the principal investigator of one Innovation Fund project and co-investigator with 2 other projects. Okay. And 3 of them are completely different projects, but they are coincided with my learnings and interest. So the one challenges that I faced across all of these three projects is that an idea or the theories that we envisioned or write in a proposal can be completely different from the actual field experience. So say for example, when we write something like we will conduct this type of survey or we'll collect this sort of data from the field, we'll interview those people and explore one objectives, that cannot be possible in reality, because the reality can be sometimes really different. And being the resident of a very politically vulnerable country like Bangladesh, we cannot predict anything beforehand. Sometimes situation got so worse or the situation changed in a way which are not in our hand, that can really impede us to conduct our research in a number of ways. So in one line, theories and the field experience can be completely different. So that's the very key challenge that I faced, and it's a very big learning for me. So from this point forward, when I first came across this challenge, I started to keep reminding myself that whatever you write in a proposal, you have to remember or keep that in mind, that that might not be possible to implement at the end of the day. Rather, write something which can be implemented no matter what, and you can implement it with the resources given to you or the funding given to you. Don't overestimate, don't overexpect. So that's the key learning that I received from this whole process.
Great. Thank you for your answer, Saify. I guess this will help us, all the researchers, in one way or another. Now, if you had to describe your journey in just one word or a phrase, what would it be and why?
That's an interesting question. I would say that it was an iterative transformational journey for me, which made me really insatiable for research, for gaining deeper insights into different components of research, and I would say interdisciplinary research. Because the way we were thinking, especially I was thinking at the first place when my project wasn't funded, I was a bit disappointed. And then I got up from that disappointment and it made me realize that I need to see things from a different angle, from a different perspective. And I started to gain knowledge on how to build a very good story into my proposal. And another key learning that I received from this whole proposal is that I need to tell a story. A study should be transformed into a story, so that when the reviewers they read that proposal, they can get a sense of what I actually do and what I will actually gain from that study. And this innovation fund program equipped me in such a way which enabled me to apply to different funding schemes and streams later on. And I'm really proud to say that after getting funded by the Innovation Fund program, my own written project proposal was funded number of times from national and international streams. So it's a really proud. All of those moments were really proud for me, and I am really indebted to the Chorus Innovation Fund program for funding, or at least believing into an early career researcher like me and catering us to be a very good researcher for our country and for the betterment of the health sector of our country. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Saify. It was really great talking to you, and I would like to also thank our digital media specialists for providing the technical support. And finally, a big thank you to all of our listeners for joining us today. Stay informed and keep supporting public health research. And until next time, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.